Hey guys, Retro Gaming Maniac here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about a game that I really enjoyed playing as a kid. It came out in 1992, and it came out for the Sega Genesis and later came out on the Super Nintendo, but this is a game that I really enjoyed playing, and back in the day, it just blew me away that something like this could be played on the Sega Genesis. It was the graphics and the style of gameplay. It just really was different for the time, and it's something I really enjoyed. And it's kind of a unique game, and it's something I thought you guys might enjoy learning about or just seeing or discussing if it's a game you've never seen before, or maybe you just didn't know that much about it. So the game we're talking about is a game called Outlander. So like I said, I played this as a kid when it came out, and I was blown away by it. And the thing that's really unique about this game is when I first played it, I thought I was playing a Mad Max game. So I was a fan of the movie. I had seen it a couple of times. I probably shouldn't have at that age, but I had seen it a couple of times. And I had also played the NES game called, Mad Max. So seeing this, I was like, oh wow, Outlander. And I could have sworn it was a, Mad Max game when I was a kid. I did not know that it actually was not. And there's a little bit of a story to that. So the game itself was actually created to be a Mad Max game. They actually had the company named Mindscape was creating this game for the Sega Genesis and the Mega Drive back in 1992, and they later released it for the Super Nintendo, but originally the game was supposed to be called The Road Warrior, which is a Mad Max video game. But at some point during development, they lost the rights to the game, and they had to change the name to Outlander. And I'm sure they changed a few other details, but anybody looking at this can tell this is a Mad Max game, easily. So what makes this game so cool is the different gameplay elements. So the premise of the game is it's basically set in the Mad Max universe, unofficially. And you are driving around in your car, and you have machine guns on there, and you're fighting groups of biker gangs, and you're basically just in this wasteland fighting these biker gangs, and they're coming up attacking you, throwing Molotovs and pipe bombs and other things at you. And you just have to basically keep driving and try to kill them and survive. And you have a fuel gauge, and you have an ammo gauge and health gauge. And the cool thing is, like, if you run out of fuel, you can actually pull over on the side of the road. And when you do, you go into this side-scrolling game now, so it transitions from like a first person driving to a side-scrolling game, and during this you're able to go and pick up fuel canisters and health and ammo, and then once you do all that and you make your way to the very end of this side-scrolling map, you're able to get back in your car and start driving again. So this game is pretty cool. I feel like having those two different driving or game modes, with the driving and the first person view, and then being able to like switch over and pull off the road when you need fuel and ammo and go into a side-scrolling mode. It's just really cool. It gives you a lot of freedom and just changes up the gameplay a lot. And one of my favorite things about this game is it's just so brutal. It's a very adult-feeling game. But one of the other things I really enjoy is when a biker pulls up next to you, you can actually pull out a double-barrel 12-gauge sawed-off shotgun and just blast them in point-blank range. And when you do that, it goes into basically like a first-person view. It's super epic, and it's something you didn't see very often at all on any other game for the Sega Genesis, really. And it's very similar to that scene in the movie as well.
Got it! I'm gonna ram him.
So those are some of the things I really enjoy about this game. The driving elements, the getting off the road and searching for equipment and fuel, and it turns into a side-scrolling. And then just how adult and graphic this game is. And another thing that's really cool is this game has like a killer soundtrack. I mean, this soundtrack is so cool. Check it out. Yeah, so that soundtrack is awesome, dudes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Outlander. Great game, great music, very unique game for its time. Also had a Super Nintendo release, which was not as good. Had some gameplay changes and things that just was kind of a downgrade compared to this one. Make sure you check that one out if you get a chance. But this is Outlander on the Sega Genesis. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you.